I don't know. I don't really remember the first time we met. I know Conway was on the road a lot, and TG was his opening act. The first time I recall knowing him, we have a picture of that day. We were both singing on the show Jamboree in the Hills in West Virginia. And I recall seeing him there, but I obviously knew him before that, but that's the first photograph we have together. But I don't know, TG, you may have a different memory, but he's always been here. He's always been in my life. I didn't look at him as, obviously, a romantic partner at that time because I was so young, but I think just knowing that he knew my background and my family, and I just feel safe with him. I feel like he really knows what I'm all about, and I just have a safety and comfort with him.
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of like Kelly. There hasn't been a time that I can't remember Kelly being there. I mean, we've known each other for so many years, and her father was a dear friend of mine, and had a chance to work alongside him when I worked with Conway. So it just seems as though Kelly was always there as a friend, and then later on in life, we found each other and made and decided to get married and start a life together. And it's just, I don't know, it just seems like she's always been there.
Well, I guess maybe we could transition to sort of talking. I guess this is kind of the what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of the ultimate collaboration between you two, which is TG's duet project, Partners in Rhyme, which is I sort of mentioned it earlier when we were before you came on about how it's a duet project with some of the great legends of country music, and it features a lot of songs that Kelly wrote and that you also wrote too, TG, if I'm correct in that. But so I guess I'm wondering what inspired you to want to do this project, record a duets project with a lot of your friends.
Well, first of all, as I said earlier, there's a respect that I have for people that I admire and look up to, and I invited the people on the project, 22 different artists, and people that I really, really enjoyed their company, I enjoyed their music, I enjoyed what they'd done in their life and their music, and such respect that, I invited people like Willie Nelson and Merle Haggard and George Jones and the Oak Ridge Boys and Ricky Skaggs and Jerry Lee Lewis and Crystal Gale and Kelly Lang and, of course, Lori Morgan, and just the list goes on forever. And I just wanted to be in the studio and put something down that would live forever, to where I could sing with these people that I admired so much. So we put the Partners in Rhyme album together, and it's been done for quite a while. It hasn't found a home yet because we really haven't decided what we want to do with it. It's such a unique project, but the songs themselves a lot of them came from Kelly, and then she and I had sat down and written the duet for Jerry Lee Lewis and for B.J. Thomas and Jimmy Fortune and myself, 100% Chance of Pain. And but I don't know, Kelly kind of inspired me and wanted me to do this album, and I'm glad I did. It's one of my favorite albums I've ever done, other than the one I'm doing right now with her.
Well, I was wondering if it would be all right if we could talk through a few of the songs, because they're all fabulous tracks from the album, and it's just a diverse. I especially like the one with Ricky Skaggs and the Whites on it. You have the classic Whites harmony with Sharon and Cheryl White. But one of the songs that really I thought was really funny and really very witty, well written, was the song "It's a Man Thing" with George Jones. And I know Kelly wrote that, but I'm not sure. TG, did you help write that too?
No, that one I didn't have anything to do with. She doesn't include me on the great songs. It's a Man Thing was just such a great, cleverly written song that I just had to record it with George, and it had to be with George Jones. And of course, when you hear the duet that he and I did together, it is such a cleverly written song.
Well, didn't George, wasn't it sort of kind of spur of the moment when Nancy, George's wife, called you up to record the song, and he hadn't really quite figured out all the melody with it, so you had to help him sort of learn it. You were in there with the studio with him.
I'm so amazed that you know all of this. You're helping me remember things I had forgotten. Yes, it is. He agreed to do it, and he'd heard it several times, of course, but there's a lot of phrasing in this song that's a little tricky. And so she said, George, make Kelly come in there and teach you how to sing this. And I thought, oh my goodness, there's no way. Where are the cameras? So I had to go in and teach him how the song was phrased and teach him a harmony part. Oh my goodness, that was the most intimidating thing. Oh, but it was a great memory. I wished I had that part on film at least, and that'd be great to put on a resume, huh?
Well, yeah, I think, I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but if it wasn't the last, I think it was, the last. It was certainly one of the last few recordings that George Jones sang on before he passed away earlier this year. So that's sort of something historic right there.
TG and I are getting ready to do, or actually in the process of doing a duet album right now that we're doing some classic love songs on, and but one of them that he actually kept on the Partners album, we've decided to pull off of that and recut again. It's called Lonely on Lake Shasta. I don't know if you've even heard that cut or not yet, but
no, I don't think I have heard that one actually.
Yeah, I'll have to send that one to you. But
Sure.
We're recutting that one because I think his voice is phenomenal on it, and I look forward to sharing that one with you if you haven't heard that one yet.
No, I don't think I have, but I've certainly heard the now this one. TG, you said you helped write Kelly with The Killer, the Jerry Lee Lewis tune. We heard that not too long ago. And again, just another, like, that song perfectly, again, I never met Jerry Lee, but it seems to just sort of fit his personality entirely. You just captured him right there in that song, and it's sort of autobiographical, telling about how your life, TG.
Kelly and I sat down with an incredible writer and friend of ours, Bobby Tomberlin. And Bobby, of course, written One More Day. Wow, what a song. Great songwriter, and we wanted to write a song about Jerry Lee Lewis's life, and we actually sat down and planned to write a song about his life, and that's the song we came up with. It took us only one day, one afternoon, to sit down and write it, and then the main thing was, how were we going to get Jerry Lee Lewis to record it? So we decided
that
to
seems
make
like
it a duet.
Could be kind of difficult.
Yeah, I mean it's very difficult to get Jerry in the studio to do projects, and we just really prayed about it, and we really wanted this to happen. We felt like that if Jerry Lee didn't record the song, then no one was going to record it because it was strictly written for him. It would lay there forever and never be recorded. So lo and behold, Phoebe Lewis, his daughter and manager, heard it and got it to Jerry Lee, and Jerry Lee agreed to sing it with me, and we got in the studio, and we spent like 5 hours in the studio recording. It was just a memory for Kelly and I, but it was just his life story, autobiographical song about his life, and it's one of my favorite songs that I've ever recorded.
And Jerry Lee included, in case some of you are joining us now, we're here with T.G. Sheppard and his wife, singer-songwriter Kelly Lang, and talking about the track he recorded with Jerry Lee Lewis for his Partners in Rhyme album. And I started to say we heard it earlier, and you have the classic Jerry Lee Lewis piano part on there, and that is actually Jerry doing the piano part.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes. Yeah, Jerry. He was so accommodating, very kind man, and it was just a magical day, and we were able to capture it on film. We had a film crew with us. We filmed the whole session, as we filmed most of the sessions in Partners in Rhyme album.
And did you recorded that song at Sun Studios, right, in Memphis?
Yes, we did. We went down and met Jerry Lee in Memphis, and I asked him where he wanted to do it, and he said, well, let's just do it in the living room at the house. And I said, well, that's a little tough to record in the living room. I said, pick a studio. He said, well, let's go over to Sun. So I met him at the old Sun, Sam Phillips Recording Services is where it was, and we met there, and we spent the afternoon together, and it was just absolute magic. It was just magic, and you can hear that in the song itself with him singing.